Hello, welcome to this special edition of the Pace Report. I'm Brian Pace, reporting live here at the famous Birdland Jazz Club here in the heart of the theater district here in New York City. Grammy-nominated composer, pianist Omar Sosa made his debut with his quartet here at Birdland. But also, more importantly, there's a dynamic documentary that came out directed by the great Soren Sorensen on Omar, titled Omar Sosa's 88 Well-Tuned Drums. Now, this is the album that accompanies the brand new documentary. And tonight here on the Pace Report, you're going to see highlights of him performing his debut here at Birdland. But we also sit down and talk about the brand new documentary. We talk about his influences, and we talk about how Cuba shaped him musically and how he's been able to travel the world and bring a very unique voice to jazz music. So sit back, relax, and enjoy highlights of Mr. Omar Sosa performing with his quartet, his debut here at Birdland, here on the Pace Report, here in New York City. got a lot going on right now. First of all, you've got the 88 well-tuned drums, the record, and this is really an accompanying piece to the documentary, which is directed by Soren Sorensen. Tell me first how the documentary came into existence.
Well, yeah, this is a project Soren is curated for more than 9 years. So it's interesting for me when I see the image, I see myself in another lifetime. Yeah, but it was really interesting because he be able to find some image even from Cuba when I was in Cuba. And I need to say, when I watch the documentary, most of the time I end on tears because I see myself in a different position, and I say, well, I live all this. I've been to the war in Angola, in Nicaragua, I've been to Congo, and all these moments, yeah, they brought me a lot of emotional feelings inside of me. But I think Soren did a great work. I don't know what your opinion is.
I'm gonna tell you what my opinion is. The last time we sat down, we talked about how you were musically, as far as how you were influenced and how you came into the music. But this whole documentary, what Soren did was he painted a whole palette of your spirituality. He painted a whole canvas of how you came into the piano. He paints a picture of your personal. I mean, there's a lot of issues in this film that makes the whole Omar Sosa experience. And when people come and see you perform, it's kind of like the nail in the coffin on everything.
Yeah, in a way it's like this. Well, this is basically what I feel when I watch the documentary.
Right.
It's really, but it touched me because he be able to catch the moment of my life, actually based on my tradition, based on my religion. He glued all the things through the pataki of Elegua, the history of Elegua. And I say, wow, because we know each other for a long time, and you see, I have the little toys. I always bring with me in the beginning of the concert. It basically is one representation of Elegua, Eshu, who opened and closed the door in the Afro-Cuban tradition in Santeria. So he used this as a in a way leitmotif of the whole entire documentary.
Right.
And I was impressed with this.
I mean, it's on the money. And listening to the album, which I wouldn't say it's the soundtrack to the documentary. These are compositions that you chose that really kind of manifest the whole 9 years in the 50 years of Omar Sosa's existence. How did you choose these songs for the album?
Well, I don't choose. What sort of?
Okay.
I have almost 40 records. I think I have 40 records or 30 something. I forget. And man, he listened all the records to pick up the song he feel it can fit in the documentary. And actually, it was a couple of the songs in the documentary they're live. So in the vinyl, he chose the recording of one of the albums. So it's interesting because with this vinyl 88 well-tuned drum, basically you have almost all my career in one vinyl.
Right. And tell my viewers, this is in conjunction, and you released it on National Record Day, too.
Oh, yeah. This is something my manager told me. He said, well, it's going to be, I think, next week or some. And it's, inshallah, man, watch it. It's there. It's there.
Right.
The idea is to continue, don't stop. It's like you told me a few seconds ago, in New York you need to be stylish. So, here you need to keep working. In New York you need to work all the time. And we have the pleasure and the fortune to do what we like to do. And in my humble opinion, this is something important to keep our spiritual health in a good position. Because when we do what we like to do, it's basically we translate the voices of the spirit and the ancestor in light who send something to us and through us, and actually through the music and with the music. In my case, or in your case, is writing and a lot of stuff. We be able to express what the spirit and the ancestor tell us, and they never betray us if we're open enough to receive what they say and translate what they say. Don't change. Don't figure out a way you're smarter than yeah. So basically, this is what I do. This is what I keep myself busy, because I hear voices, man. I hear messages. I try to put it out. By the way, I want to work now in a project in November. I really inspire. Yeah, we say 5 females, five ladies from the desert of Argelia. Lema is the project is called Lema, and they come from the desert to Paris, and we're gonna have a resident for a week. I'm really inspired about this. It's straight from the desert, only ladies. It's gonna be something. Play percussion and singing, playing gimbre, and yeah, actually it's curated by Suat Asla, a singer I met almost 16 or 18 years ago, and finally now, I think the project is gonna come out. Back to the point when we are open, things like this come, and it's not only to play music; it's try to collaborate, to create something together, to sharing our message, to sharing the voices of our spirit and ancestor, and learn.
when you're in tune with the spirits, how do you channel that musically? Because I've seen you over the years and you play like you are a spirit.
Of course.
You play like you are this. It's not past the word I want to say. No, I don't want to say open and free. You are like, it's, you're not here, but you're here when you're playing.
Totally right. I was thinking on this yesterday night when I arrived to my room in the hotel. I was a little tired because, you know, it's 75 minutes in that kind of trance. 2 times for 5 days, but non-stop. Well, yesterday, see, I sent a message to my lady. I say, hey, sweetie, I'm a little tired. And she say, of course. Of course, how you're going to be tired? Because it's not only physical. It's mental and spiritual. When we play and when I play, for me it's the first day and the last day. I don't think tomorrow.
You play like this is your last day on earth. As you should.
Yeah, and actually it's something I cannot control. The problem is this. I wish I can control. And sometimes I can, you know, manage my energy in a way, you know, for example, when you are in a round like here in Birdland, in New York, it's 5 days, 2 shows. So you need to figure out a way to manage your energy. So, but the point is, I cannot control this. But in the same time, when I give, I get back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I noticed that.
But the problem is when I finish, when I ride to my room, I'm like, I take, most of the time, well, what I do, I take a shower, and I sit down and meditate a little bit, take a hot chamomile. Yeah, but what happened to me most of the time is, I get asleep for almost 1 or 2 minutes, like this. And certainly I come back again. It's like something come back on my body. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful experience. What is not so fun when I don't feel I pass the message.
Now, I want to cut you off. How do you feel that you didn't express what you were intending to express?
Because there's no connection between this and this. It's something I start to play like, okay, I start to think what I play. And no. Most of the time I never think when I play. But when I start thinking, it's a process I need to do in a show to figure out a way. It's like meditation.
Right.
You need to put all the problem, all the situations. Sometimes, for example, if we have some issue with the sound, or if, let's put it that way, one of my machines don't work properly. Of course, you know, I lost my, you know, let's say I lost the concentration. But I can call this. Well, the spirit. They take a breath. Say, okay, resolve your problem. When you resolve your problem, I'm gonna come back. I don't want to deal with this now. And it's interesting because the transition between go out and get in is the harder one. It's the harder one because it's how we can go back to the same energy when everything flowed easily and naturally. You follow me?
I got you. And it seems like what you said, once you figure it out and you resolve your problem, your whole spirit is back in sync with what you're trying to do musically.
Mostly the time. And when they don't come, man, I end devastated. I don't want to say depressed, but in that kind of corner. I say, wow, man, today don't happen. Something was wrong. And actually, sometimes, the concert is not bad. But the problem is, no, if for me, the thing is, it's not if the concert is good or bad. It's how I feel. I channelize something is going to pass through the energy of the place. And people can take or not. But I basically talk to myself, I did my job.
Right. And you did. You did.
Yeah.
You did.
When things like this happen, I say, wow. Actually, with the band, with this Quarteto Americanos, well, actually, basically with all my projects, because one of the main things when I do a project is try to keep really positive equilibrium and balance between the members, not only in the musical way, in the spiritual and in the energetic way. Because if this thing is in balance, the rest is coming. Because everybody, at that point of our life, whatever musician is gonna play with me, or I play with them, they know what they do.
Right.
I don't need to tell you, C minor, the 5 flat, or whatever. No, they know what it is. The point is when the energy, and when we are in tune with the energy of the moment, we all gonna share it and give to the audience. We need to be open to receive, and this is why jazz is so important. Because I learned with the master, with Monk, jazz is freedom. If I'm gonna keep this flag, jazz is freedom. If I'm not free to express what the masters try to tell to all of us, no matter who he is some message gonna come. Because if not, if the message don't come, what you do is reproduce chapters.
Right.
This is my humble opinion. Based, study the master, listen to the master, watch him moan million of times when he go out of the piano and turn in circle. He was talking to some force, different force. And actually, the gift of being able to express himself in the moment with no boundaries.
And Monk was really important in the sense that he heard the music differently, and which made him very unique, not through just how he played, but his compositions. Ellington was different too. There are composers that we talk about in modern Black American history who, Ornette Coleman heard music a little differently than everybody else. It's interpretation that really connects people with the music. Is it easier now composing, or is it harder now because of how you play spiritually?
Well, composition, the area of composing is basically the same of when I play. But the point is, when I compose, I'm myself, the piano, and the voices. And I have one way of compose. I need to receive one message. It can be the bass line, can be a melody, can be one chord, or simply I go on the street and I hear a sound, and this thing triggers me something. And sometimes what I do, I pick up the phone and say, but like everybody do, yeah. But when I sit on the piano, most of the time, especially in my studio in Barcelona, I make one exercise. I close my eyes. I put the hands on the piano. Starting like this. Don't matter. I know the keyboard in my head already, but I try to don't go direct to certain chords. I just throw the hands in the piano, and after this, I start composing. Sometimes. The other time, the ideas come clear and clean. And another thing is happening is when I have a clear idea and I don't finish, I feel like something is not complete. Something is not complete. Something is not complete. Yeah, this is why when I start writing, I need to finish because I don't eat, and this is a little problem sometimes I have over the years with my wife because food is ready. Food is ready.
I was gonna ask you that because there's got to be, you have kids and you have a wife, you have a family, and it must drive them wild that you playing at 2, 3, or 4 o'clock in the morning. Or if you're not playing, you're up thinking about that process. Is a creative process exhausting for you, or is that keep fuel in the fire?
Yeah, fuel in the fire. I used to, but now I'm touring a lot, so I always back and forth. I have not too much time to write some music. But before, I have a routine. I try to compose 2 or 3 songs on a day. When I wasn't home, it's like to keep the routine, like exercise. Yeah, but some of them, they're basically not for my taste. But other one, especially when the spirit comes, that's the moment I love, brother. Because it's like you taste the food you have in your mind to eat that in that moment. It's like wow, and the chord coming back himself. When I finish, Inshallah, thank you, my Lord. Something, it's like a healing process. But it's hard with the family, and especially with the kids. Now my kids are not kids anymore. Leonius is 21, and Ijade is 19.
Oh, wow. Okay, so they're grown.
Of course, man. We grown too.
Yeah.
We're not 25 anymore.
Right.
Yeah. And it was kind of good. But when it was young, I remember, she's more high energy. She was coming, and she started to play the piano when I was playing. And I look at her, hey, sweetie, can you let me finish? And I say, no. You need to stop and come with me. And a couple of the time, when she hit the piano, turned out the melody changed because she hit the right note.
in growing up in Cuba. You had a very unique background. Your father was a musician, and then there was also your country was going through political issues.
Yeah.
Then you had issues with, you know, schooling, classical, and you came into this music very late in the game. And looking back now, are you happy with the process? Are you happy with the process that's still in motion?
Yeah, I need to say thank you. And second, I need to say I'm happy. But I'm happy not because all the things happen in my life. I'm happy because I always continue the role I chose from the very beginning. And this is something that my son, Lonio, he told me, hey Dad, I'm really proud of you. Not because you touring all over the world, because you go here, there. No, because you never change. You always have kind of solid idea of walking in the one direction. And I told my son, I don't choose that. The Spirit showed that. And the only thing I do, I'm open to go to any place they bring me. I'm here in here now. I'm here in Birdland. I never expected in my life, when I was young, to play in this iconic place or playing in Blue Note. Or now with the new clothes, it's not new, but it's compared with this two, the new this is. Or play in Tokyo, or play in South Africa, Burundi, in Mozambique, in Brazil. And what is interesting, I never played in Cuba.
What? Now, here's where this is going to get very interesting. All of your contemporaries who you grew up with are in this documentary. Even the legendary Chucho Valdez.
Yeah, Papa.
And now you're telling me you never played in your home?
With my project. No, because they don't invite me. But let's put everything on top of the table. You know, the point is, it's a few different situations. I think it's not necessary to touch base now in this interview. But I always say, if I play in Cuba, I'm gonna play with the project. I think it can be positive for all of us in terms of play in my homeland.
Right.
You know, it's not go play and call this musician, call this, and let's go and play. No, this is easy. But why we gonna continue to do all what is inside of the comfort zone? You know, it's gonna happen one day, but it needs to happen in the way it's supposed to happen. And I'm open. Maybe it happen, maybe not. But in the meantime, I don't want to stop. I continue. And I go to Cuba every year. You have to see my family, to take care of a couple of things I have there. But they ask me. But all the people they are in a government position, and we started together. We know each other.
Wow.
We started in the same school. And they say, Omar, why you don't play here? No, it's not the point. I don't want to play. It's the point is, you know, I want to bring, for example, one project I love to play in Cuba. It's a Suba project with Seckou Keita and Gustavo Valle. Senegal, Venezuela, Cuba. Cora. Acoustic with little electronic, but acoustic with something in Cuba is not normal. Because we have amazing musicians. Every day is a new one is better than the one before. But how I look the picture is, let's present a project, not individual talents. And we already know they're already good. I don't know, you follow me, brother?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I have my philosophy concerning this. The same thing happened in Barcelona in a way. I don't play in Barcelona for the last 7 or 8 or 9 years or something like that. And I know basically everybody in the music business there, but the point is, no, everything needs to happen in the way it's supposed to happen. If not, no, simply no.
What you're saying is so on the money. Don't force it. And I think that's looking at and thinking about the documentary, that's basically how your career has flourished. You had to go experience some of the wars. You had to experience America. You had to experience family life. You had to experience certain things in order for you to get to your destination. You're still not there. You're on you're on the path. And I have to ask you, this band that we're listening to tonight, this is a myriad of musicians that you've played with over the last 30 or 40 years. And it's now kind of a, because the last time I saw you, you were with the trio.
Yeah, with Suba.
Right.
Suba.
And this now has the legs of fusion, Afro-Cuban. There's a lot of, there's some classical in this.
Yeah.
How did this band come together?
Well, this is an old band. Basically, this is a reunion band in a way, because Sheldon Brown, he's on saxophone, on bass clarinet, and actually it was interesting because he recorded the Turkish clarinet in one of the records, and I told Sheldon, "Hey brother, let's bring it back this instrument." So Sheldon, he was the saxophone player in my first three or four records. Jazz Jones was the first person who invited me to play, let's say, contemporary Latin, Afro, avant-garde music in the Bay Area when he called me to play on his band. And he was the drummer in few of my early records. And I need to say thank you to COVID. Yeah, for a lot of people it was a really bad moment. But we managed to take the positive side out of this dark moment of the human history.
Right.
Because it's the first time in human history the whole entire world is shut down.
Right.
It's the first time.
The whole world was completely
shut down, settled. And we figured out a way, like it happened in America. America, don't matter what happens, it's always something gonna happen.
Right.
No matter, it's a way to survive. And I remember I was in Europe, and when I see this, I say, hey, I take a plane, and I come back to America. I say, for sure, in America, something gonna happen. I don't know what exactly. I arrive here, and some people start to do streaming, and a friend of us, actually, Jim Callahan, who owned a piano store in Pickman in Oakland. He got this idea. Okay, I got the space, I got the instrument. He bought a few cameras and he started to do some streaming. And I was there. And my manager, Scott Price, he called Jim. I said, Jim, Omar is in town. I said, okay, tell Omar to come here. And I did one streaming solo, and I did the next week another streaming in duo, the other week in trio, and in one moment I said, well, now it seems to be a quartet. But I said, well, how are we gonna, we live out of the donation of people. But we managed to get enough donation to pay the musician. So I called Josh, I called Sheldon, and I called the original bass, Jeff Brennan on bass. And everybody put, because everybody was in the whole city.
Right.
Yeah, everybody come, and we put the first band again. And we look at each other and say, it's not bad. We have fun. Let's continue. And everybody said, yes, yes. And now we're 20, 21, 22, 29. Now we're 3 years.
Did you record any new music with this group in that time?
Well, we don't record in the studio. So basically, we play some of the old music, but we have it's half of the program old, half of the program new. Yeah, and we're working now on this tour to put the music out of this band.
Because what I've noticed, just listening to your set, this has to be documented. It's just how y'all are playing and interacting. And then friends have asked me over the years, they're like, has there been any artists that you've seen that when you leave you feel exhausted? Not exhausted, tired, but exhausted, like it took a lot to enjoy and listen to and appreciate. And I said, yeah. I said Joe Zawnu. I said Omar Sosa. I've said Earth, Wind and Fire. There have been musicians that give you this music, and when you leave, you're like, whew, because it's kind of overwhelming. Do you feel that some of your music is overwhelming to your audience?
No, I don't. Well, the audience need to say this. I do. I do what I do.
Because it's not overwhelming in a bad way. Let me correct that. It's not overwhelming, but I'm talking about a lot of different music that you're putting in an 80-minute set. Sometimes people can leave like, what was this? Or some people could be like, wow.
Or some people can handle it. Or some people can say, man, I passed this. This is kind of too much. Or another people can say, well, it's opening your window in my energy, in my inner voice. Why? Because music is not only notations and sounds. Music is an energy.
Yeah.
It comes through sound.
Yeah.
And this is the mission. This is our mission. And this is what I think is fundamental. Try to receive and put it out to music. It's like this. You take or you leave it, because I'm in the same spot of you.
Right.
Sometimes I listen. After I play, I say, what's not bad? And I try to remember what I was thinking in that moment, and I don't even remember nothing. Only when I start, some moment maybe the saxophone player would smile of some cables falling down, or some also he hit the microphone, but nothing in the musical
right
dimension. So this is why, we not here in New York, but the rest of the tour, we record every concert.
That's good.
Because you know what? Yeah, I believe in the energy when we play live on the studio. I believe that what comes is, my humble opinion, complete, honest. Because there's no way to stop. Let's go back. And we don't have the audience there who send the energy to us and sometimes change the direction. One smile, one person, if you see, one expression of one person can change the direction of the structure of the music, even if the music have a structure.
the first jazz musician or jazz concert that you saw here in America? Or tell me the very first piano jazz hero of yours that you saw when you first came to the United States.
Wow, good question, man. Wow, I need to go deep in the hard drive. the first, you know what?
Was it McCoy Tyner?
no, was Sauron Syndicate in Georgia. Was Sauron Syndicate in Georgia, and you know what? I was not too many people, and maybe it was no good for the club, but for us it was like, I don't know, 40, 50 people there, and I feel so blessed to feel the energy direct to all of us, because you know, the more people you have in the audience, the energy you send is split in little smaller pieces.
Right.
But if you have 40 people, the energy, the people is gonna arrive. This is my analysis. The energy the people is gonna arrive is in the bigger quantity. The energy I project and the energy you give to me is in a bigger quantity, because even the space we all have, the physical space we all have, is in a way is bigger for us, even if you're sitting close to other people. But it's empty space who can give, maybe I'm a little crazy, but no. Yeah, when you have this empty space, I always say the spirit, they're gonna be there, no matter if it's people there or not.
It's funny you say that, because I when I saw Joe Zal, the Zal new Syndicate, it was like, my God, this little tiny guy at that.
Yeah, the way, but he was a strong man.
Yeah.
He was like, he was a boxing guy.
It's mind-boggling, the music that he and Wayne Shorter gave us. And it's like, now that they're gone, people are now looking at their music as like past genius now. It's like, Joe had a lot of great ideas.
No, his vision, he was so open. And actually, his connection with Africa was so deep. Yeah, in my humble opinion, he opened a lot of doors for people to listen to music in a different way. First was Weather Report.
Yeah.
After that, when he became deep inside of Africa, you know, I remember I shared a double bill with him in Cooley Jazz Festival in Switzerland. I opened for him, and I remember when I stayed, of course, to listen to his concert. That was the day I met him, and he said, he did watch my show, and after I saw him, he was an impressive guy, and he told me, don't stop, continue in the same way, okay? That's what he said. He gave me a hook, and I said, wow, this is a blessing. This is a real blessing.
Yeah.
And after that, I stayed there. And in one moment, he played his keyboard, with Sabina Kabongo on voice duo. It's kind of African scene with the pygmies, with something. You know, for a moment I closed my eyes. I cannot control myself. Tears was calm. I've been in Africa a lot of time, and I know the smell. I know the energy. Of course, the whole world changed now. Of course, it's normal. We are in a constant change. This is the reality. But that night, man, was with this kind of cyclic groove. It's trance. This is like when you go to the Ginawa ceremony. You arrive to a moment, you don't listen the music anymore. You are in a dimension in all your cells, every single cell in your body, they are dancing. And that night in Cooley with Joe, Syndicate, I felt that, man. This was Joe. Well, but I saw Joe for the first time in Yoshi. But no, well, yes.
And I've got to ask you while we're on great pianist, it was Randy Weston that turned me on to you. It was Randy Weston that turned me.
He's my daddy, man.
Man, and it was when I was living in Detroit, and he was talking about piano players, and he spoke so radiantly about you. He said that Omar is motherland's finest. He said something that was very interesting. He said, if there was anybody that embodied what African music is, he said it's Omar Sosa.
Oh man.
He said this, and he said this. I'm paraphrasing what he said, but he when he talked about you, he was glowing. Like, yo, man, the guy, he really is. He's music forward, and I've watched you over the years, and I've just seen tremendous change in just not how you carry the music, but how you're embodied with this music.
Yeah, because I said again, the spirit got me. Yeah, I'm so happy they got me. You know, if one day they decide to don't tell me nothing more, I need to change the job. I need to figure out a way to do the scene. I don't know, but so far, you know, my main work is try to be open to receive.
Yeah.
This is the most difficult, because it's the level of pollution sonically that we have today in the world is music everywhere. They put music into no matter what, in whatever you arrive to a bathroom or whatever place, and it's music. You open the phone, it's music. So how you gonna decant this strong information that we're dealing with? So it's a hard work to say, okay, I like this. That music touched me. That is the music I'm gonna listen for healing process. Or this is the music I would like to use, yes, only to feel something. No, it's a complex work, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful when you're open enough, and something come to you, and you say, "Wow, what's great! Thank you." Or some project like this project, I don't know what's gonna happen with these singers from Algeria, but I'm really happy. Because it was going to be a new scene. I'm going to discover. I don't know, but with Africa, motherland, coming straight from the desert. It's something, brother.
That'll do it again for another edition of the Pace Report, reporting live here at the famous Birdland Jazz Club here in the heart of the theater district here in New York City. I'd like to personally thank the incomparable Omar Sosa. Make sure you support his album, Omar Sosa's 88 Well-Tuned Drums, which is now available on iTunes, Amazon.com, as well as CD Baby. Also support his documentary, which is also available to download on his website, omarsosa.com. I'd like to personally thank the staff and management here at Birdland for their warm hospitality. Also, Miss Lydia Liebman for arranging my time with Mr. Sosa. As always, people, I can't stress this more than enough. Please like, share, and subscribe to my videos here on YouTube and Vimeo, and leave comments, as well as follow me on social media by way of Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Until next time, remember, if it's in the groove, it'll make you move. Till next time, peace.